Hello everyone, this is Stephen Balch, your instructor for Introduction to Microeconomics at Ozarka College. Today what I'm going to do is give you just a little bit of feedback on the chapters 5 and 6 activities that I finished grading this morning. And then I'm going to tell you what we've got coming up due later this week for chapter 7. Alright, so chapters 5 and 6 activities, like I said, I did finish grading those this morning. If you haven't already looked at your grades for those activities and read the corresponding grading comments, go ahead and do that as soon as you can and let me know if you have any questions at all. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Most of you did well on the assignment. Now, there were a couple of things on the assignment that a few of you had some problems with, especially assignment question 3. And so I've actually created a video for question 3, just kind of reviewing over what I was looking for in the answer for that question. Let me go to the activities page here. You'll notice it as the first item under week 5, which is the week that we're on right now on the activities page. The very first item there is the review video that I did for chapters 5 and 6 assignment. And in that video, I specifically focus on question 3, which dealt with the law of diminishing marginal utility. Some of you had a problem or a struggle with explaining the relationship between total and marginal utility. So I just thought I would do that video and provide it for you so that you can watch that if you did have some problems with that question 3 on the assignment. It would actually probably be a good idea to watch that video even if you answered that question correctly on the assignment. I think it probably will help you to kind of just get a basic understanding, a better understanding of what I was specifically looking for on the answer to that question. Okay? All right. Also, on assignment 1, or question 1, assignment question 1, some of you had a problem explaining the importance of the price elasticity of demand. It's important for businesses to understand the price elasticity of demand for their products simply because it determines how much quantity demanded will change when they change their prices. So it helps firms in making pricing decisions when they know how elastic the demand is for the goods that they're selling. Okay, it's good to know how responsive consumers are to price changes in the products that a business is selling, because that again helps them make better decisions as far as pricing for their products. Okay. All right. Assignment question 2. Some of you listed but didn't fully explain the determinants of the price elasticity of demand. And what I wanted you to do on that question is not only list each one of the determinants, but also fully explain how each of those determinants, like the time that you have to react to a price change, and there were several others that were listed, but how each one of those determinants of the price elasticity of demand, how it actually affects the elasticity. All right. So most of you did okay on that one, but there were some of you that didn't fully explain each one of those. All right. All right. So that's the assignment. Like I said, most of you did well. But there were those couple things that you might look at if you didn't get all the points on the assignment. Okay? All right. The discussion that we had for chapters 5 and 6, I thought that it went very well. If you'll remember, it was dealing with the elasticity of demand for cigarettes and how the elasticity is influenced by the fact that cigarettes are addictive. And we talked about several factors that come into play there with cigarettes, and some of the the potential solutions for the addictive nature of cigarettes and how people can avoid that addiction. Okay, so I thought that discussion went very well. Hopefully, you were able to kind of take the concepts that we were learning about in the chapters that we were looking at for last week and actually apply it to a real world situation. And like I said, I thought most of you did very well on that discussion. So keep up the good work on the discussions. All right. The chapters 5 and 6 objective test or chapter test. Most of you did well on that. Just as a reminder, though, you can take those tests as many times you want to up until the due date, and your highest grade is automatically recorded. And also keep in mind that I will be opening those chapter tests to help you prepare for the midterm and the final exams. All right? So if you have any questions at all about chapters 5 and 6, just let me know as soon as possible, and I will do my best to answer any questions that you have. All right. So now that we're done with chapters 5 and 6, now we are ready to work on chapter 7, which deals with production and cost in the firm. This is the first of several chapters that we'll cover this semester that deal with how businesses, how firms make economic decisions. Some of the factors that come into play, some of the things they have to look at. And just like we've learned about all semester, it comes down to marginal values. Decisions in economics are always made looking at marginal values. And so that will be apparent as we go through chapter 7, and then also as we learn about the different market structures in chapters 8 through 10. All right? So chapter 7, you'll notice, is due by Saturday, September 21st. All right? So you got just a little under a week to work on that chapter, those set of chapter 7 activities, and get those submitted. And like I said, chapter 7 deals with production and cost in the firm. And some of the topics that you're going to be learning about, you're going to look at the difference between explicit and implicit cost. You'll also, something that's very closely related to that is accounting versus economic profit. You'll also learn about a concept called normal profit. You'll also learn about fixed versus variable cost, marginal product, the law of diminishing marginal returns. And then you'll also learn about marginal cost. And then towards the end of the chapter, you're going to learn about the difference between short run and long run as it pertains to economics. Okay? There are decisions that we can make in the short run based on the fact that we have some fixed resources, fixed costs. And then in the long run, we have no fixed costs, no fixed resources. So we have a lot more open area that we can make decisions in the long run. Okay? So you'll learn about that. And so chapter 7 is going to lay the framework or the groundwork for the next several chapters that we look at. When we look at, for example, in chapters 8 through 10, where we look at different market structures and the types of decisions that firms make in those different market structures, depending on which market structure they're operating in order to understand what we're going to look at with market structures, we have to first understand the basic decisions that firms have to consider, which is what we're going to look at in chapter 7. So make sure that you really spend some time studying the concepts presented in chapter 7, because it's going to be critical that you understand those concepts in order to be able to work through chapters 8 through 10, and also later chapters even than that, but especially chapters 8 through 10. All right, so that is basically what I wanted to talk about today. So be working on Chapter 7 activities. Let me know if you have questions. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. And that's really all I have for you for today. So enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend. And I will talk to you again sometime early next week. Thank you.